It's that time once again as we look at the things that I have purchased over the last few months. I say months, I mean 1 month, because I'm not insane. And yeah, we're slightly light on the manga this time, but we've got plenty of other stuff to catch up with it. Join me as we have a look at this month's haul. Hello and welcome to That Man. This is some merchandise, manga, anime, light novels, a bit of everything really. Huzzah! And it's been over a month since I last talked to you guys regarding this. And yes, my haul for manga has gone all the way down. However, MCM happened and pretty much every figure under the sun has been released in the last month. So that means plenty of figures. First things first, I've already unboxed them, but we'll have a quick look at Carrot, Portrait of Pirates, who is absolutely adorable. And I know it's only a minute into the video, but you can check out the video on her unboxing up here, because I'm not going to cover her far too much. The same with Aoi from Shirobako, another fun little Nendroid, who I've also done a video on, so you can go check them out, and yay. But that's not what we're here for. I'm not going to unbox these, but I've got plenty of other stuff, so yeah! First up is Nico Robin, our favourite of all of the archaeologists, except possibly Indiana Jones or Lara Croft. Well, she's definitely better than Nathan Drake, we can all agree that. In fact, she's probably better than the others. Yeah. Is she better than Jeff Goldblum in Jurassic Park though? That is the question that nobody ever asked. Yeah, this is the figure art of the Nico Robin, the 20th anniversary one. I think it's 10th anniversary for figure art. I'm not sure. There's nothing on here. There's nothing even 20th anniversary or anything like that. Carrot had that all over the place, but nothing for Nico Robin. She's going alongside the chopper that I purchased while in Japan. So yeah, I've got both of them now, and the world can be at peace. In fact, one thing I actually want to point out is I got these two, and for a friend I actually got the Frankie. And look at the Frankie, the size of the Frankie figure compared to these two. Yeah, the kind of like, yeah. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to unboxing her properly, and I'll do a separate video on her in all of her glory. It kind of shows that it should be 2 of them, but I only got 1. Yeah, I probably should have gotten more than 1. It looks like there's something else in there, which I can't really tell what it is. I think it's just some paneling or something, so you can kind of put another Nico Robin on the base. That would make sense. I'm not sure, I probably should buy another one, but I'm going to check out this one and see how she looks. In fact, it looks really nice from what I can see in here. Really looking forward to unboxing her. Yay! Next up is Golden Kamui from Fire Emblem If, or Fire Emblem Fates. This is the current re-release that went ahead a few months ago. I actually haven't had I originally picked up the figure arts one, but now I'm kind of moving away from figure arts and more into Nendroid, so I kind of decided I wanted to get the core Nendroid, and she came up as a re-release and I was all really happy. Huzzah! Good times. Again, another video probably will come over the next few weeks or few months. I'm going to try and focus on getting these figures and all that done, because yeah, it's not been a particularly good month in terms of figures. So yeah, look forward to that very soon. And the last of the figures is Milim from That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime. I love That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime. It was really slimy and there was monsters everywhere. Anime was good too. Milim, I kind of feel like they should have done Shuna or Shion first, but I am not going to complain. Milim is just a fun, stupid character, and fun, stupid characters tend to be the characters I actually like. Not really a fan of how she's designed, but yeah, she comes with another Rimuru as well, which is always good. Again, she will get an unboxing very soon on the channel. Look forward to that. Speaking of That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime, oh, it was awesome. There was Kinder Eggs and stuff everywhere. I've also just bought the Volume 1 of the anime. This came out very quickly. This is by Manga UK, and yeah, normally I haven't bought anything from Manga UK in a long time because they're just doing stuff that's so recent. And I'm also at the point where it's like, do I need to own some of these things that's all readily available on Crunchyroll and Funimation? And for some of them, I'm just like, yes, I do. So as we can see here, that time I got reincarnated as a slime got released on Blu-ray, the first half of it. I think the second half's not out till like March or something ridiculous like that though, so I'm kind of like, yeah, I haven't watched it. I didn't watch the dub of this. I only watched the first half of the series as it was on Crunchyroll, and thought this is an excuse to watch the rest of it, undubbed. Because Funimation, well, the quality on the Funimation product on the online service is pretty darn poor, and they still don't have stuff that should be on, like One Piece. So I unsubscribed, and I was just like, if I like a series when it's subtitled, I'll buy it when it comes out on Blu-ray. And yeah, this is an absolute fantastic series, so why not? Next up, we have Mobile Suit Gundam Wing, and we actually have parts 1 and part 2 of this. Gundam Wing was the first Gundam I ever saw back when Cartoon Network had the Toonami show, when it was Tenchi Muyo, Dragon Ball Z, not Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball Z, and Gundam Wing, along with a few other things that I don't remember. And yeah, I've always wanted to rewatch it. So I really like Gundam series. The only thing is that Gundam is a difficult one to casually watch. You've got to be very invested in it. And so, yeah, I haven't even had a chance to start watching it. Plus, Iron Blood Orphans came on. It's pretty much next on my to-watch list, or I'm going to try and watch it as soon as possible. Especially now that the whole thing's out, I kind of like, yeah, it's one of those ones where I'm kind of like, there's a lot to it, so I need to get to watching it. The only reason I've opened this is because the second half came and I didn't have space for it. So, 49 episodes, that's going to take me about 2 months to watch. Lovely. And it wouldn't be Gundam without more Gundam. Anime Limited they were very slow on releasing Gundam stuff for a long time. Then all of a sudden they've released like so much all at once. This is Gundam 00. I don't know much about it. I heard from people it's pretty good. Other people said it's yeah. My favourite Gundam so far is Unicorn Gundam. I don't know why, I think it's the music. I really like the original series as well, but I'm looking forward to picking this one up. It's just the first half so far. There is space for part 2. And I'm probably going to wait until part 2's out. So I'll probably do like I did with this one and just get it. Most likely part 2's going to be out before the end of the year though, so yeah. When I was at MCM, I also picked up Vatican Miracle Examiner. I have absolutely little knowledge on this, and it's not a series that I would usually pick up. And the reason I did pick it up was because I heard it's absolute ridiculous. I believe it was on Amazon, or was it High Dive? I think it was High Dive originally. And people I know who watched the series said it was absolutely hilarious. And when I was at MCM, this was down to 10 quid. And I was like, you know what? It's going to be one of those series. It's going to fall through the cracks. For 10 quid, I am going to give it the gamble. It's not, like I said, just looking at it, it's not something that I would normally pick up, but I am willing to give it a try. If anyone's actually seen it, please let me know what you guys thought of it. Is it as funny as people made it out to be, or have they really overrated it? If not, it'll be more in the world of anime. Also, it's sealed because I haven't even watched it. Next up is Jinro. Yes, this is a title that was at Scotland Loves Anime last year, and I never got to watch it. And Anime Limited had it on one of their special deals, and I was just like, you know what? I'm going to watch it. I'm going to watch it. and I've yet to watch it. I just picked it up because it was on the special deals. I am working through watching all of my anime movies, so this one is the next one on the list to watch. I'm going for the anime movies because anime movies are more difficult for me to watch than the series are. The reason being is that on a night I tend to have like about an hour of free time before I go to bed or read, so it's like I don't have time to watch a movie, so that's relegated to weekends, and usually on weekends I just can't be bothered to watch them. But yeah, this one is definitely on the next to watch. I've heard a lot of really good things, and I know it is considered to be a classic, so I am really looking forward to it. Even just from the design alone, it looks absolute fantastic. Again, if you've seen it already, let me know in the comments what you guys think of it. Another one is a series that we won't see. This isn't the first time we will talk about it in this video, but it's also a series that I have talked about at great length, and that is Silver Spoon Season 2. Season 1 of Silver Spoon was a lot of fun, and I can't believe it's been so many months since I actually watched it. I'm kind of at the point where I'm like, do I rewatch Season 1 or not? I've actually been on a Silver Spoon binge, and I've actually binged the entire, I think I was on volume 7 of 8 or something, and I basically binged the entire thing. The reason being is that the cover of this shows them in winter, and winter doesn't turn around in the series until about volume 8 or volume 9, and I'm kind of like, I don't know where this is going to end up, so I didn't want to watch it in case I got spoilt with the manga. And so I read all of the manga up to volume 11, and I still haven't watched this. This is definitely my next on my to-watch list. Hopefully I'm going to try start watching it tonight. If not, I'm going to watch it over the next few days because, yeah, it's Silver Spoon. It's a nice, good series to get me back into watching anime, I think. And, yeah, it's a really nice addition from Anime Limited. However, the one thing I kind of didn't like was the fact that I bought this, and I think I can't remember, it was about 35, and then Amazon went and put it up for 30. Typical. It's one of those things where it's just like, I pre-ordered it and I got it really early, I haven't had a chance to watch it, and it's now cheaper. Oh well, such is the life of me not watching the anime that I buy. It's my own fault. So, we've had a lot of fun series on here in terms of anime, and there's one more left that I want to talk about. A series that, well, can you guess what it is? Can you guess? Dun 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 dun. That's right, if you guessed it was more Gundam, you will be correct. Yeah, this is a Mobile Suit Gundam Thunderbolt Part 2 Bandit Flower. I absolutely love Part 1 of Iron Blood Orphans, of Mobile Suit Gundam Thunderbolt, December Sky, and I haven't had the chance to actually watch any more of it. Again, this is a movie, so I think these are only like 90 minutes, so they're literally an hour and a half. I probably could watch them on a night and just be tired or something. But yeah, Gundam, this is such fantastic standalone movies. At least the first one was, and I'm really excited to get more into it. I just haven't had the chance to watch it. I like how I've talked about all of this anime. I haven't watched a single episode of anime, and I've bought 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 things, and I've got quite a bit of anime coming. Naughty. I probably should do it instead of just reading manga. Oh well, for now I'll just put this with the rest of the Gundam. So this is the anime portion of stuff. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8, well 7 if you count Mobile Suit Gundam as one. Yeah, what anime have you guys been buying over the last month, and have you got any more in the future? I've got Overlord coming, season 2 and season 3. I think that's going to be a Christmas kind of thing, because there's nothing more Christmassy than Overlord. Right, next up we have the games, and there's only 2 games because, yeah, Christmas is coming, and I tend to always get a ton of games for Christmas, and I already am getting a ton of games for Christmas. So at this point I'm kind of holding back on what I'm fine in terms of games, but the one title I did want to pick up was Luigi's Mansion 3, and look at this as a kind of little review for the game. It's good. It's Luigi's Mansion. I've actually completed all of this so far. It was nice. It was a nice palate cleanser from just playing JRPGs and 80 hours to 100 hour games all at once. And yeah, it was a nice little one. It was about 20 hours long. And it's just small Luigi's Mansion. If you like Luigi's Mansion, you're probably going to enjoy it. It was better than Dark Moon, which I didn't really care for at all. I got a bit bored of that. However, there is some issues with this one. I did get quite bored towards the end of it. It was nice just going. I kind of felt I was just going floor to floor by the end, because you're in a hotel in this one, and eventually I was just kind of like, yeah, I'm a little bit bored, but it was still a nice, fun experience, and definitely one that I would recommend people check out if they liked Luigi's Mansion. Next up is Trails of Cold Steel Part 3. God. I originally completed Trails of Cold Steel 1 and 2 way back when on the PS3, and then they re-released them on the PS4. I finished Part 1 literally straight away. I've started Part 2, and now Part 3's out. Honestly, I don't play it on my PlayStation much these days. Mainly because most of the games I want to buy are already on the Nintendo Switch, and I don't know why, I just enjoy playing on that console a little bit more. Maybe it's because I can take it with us as well. But for some strange reason, the Trails of Cold Steel series never reached it to the Nintendo Switch. So it's given me a reason to turn my PlayStation on, other than using it as a Blu-ray player, which is, yeah, that's perfectly fine by me. Trails of Cold Steel Part 3, I'm looking forward to playing it. I can't talk about it, it's still sealed. I'm only partway through Part 2. I'm making very slow strides in it. After finishing Luigi's Mansion, I needed something else to play, and it's like, yeah, I'm going to play that until Pokemon arrives, which probably could turn up today at this point. But today, as in being Wednesday, it was dispatched last night apparently, so fingers crossed. But yeah, it's yeah, I can't really talk about it. I absolutely adore this series. It's probably one of the best RPGs I've played in a long time. I was just absolutely blown away by the level of detail and stuff. I don't recognise some of these characters, so it looks like they've actually got a fair few new characters, apart from Mr. Reen here, who looks a little bit older. I think it's about 2 or 3 years after the events of Cold Steel 2. Honestly, I'm so excited to get into this, and yeah, maybe I will have time to play it someday, but yeah, I had to ensure I picked it up. I wanted the big collector's edition, but I just couldn't justify it. Then I kind of saw it and I was just like, I wish I bought it. Oh well. First up, we have Prison School Volume 14, the finale. Yeah, Prison School is one of those series that I absolutely love, and I would really recommend anybody to try it. You will discover whether or not you like ecchi. Yeah, it's one of those ecchi series that seem to be beloved by both men and girls. And, well, to be honest, a lot of ecchi is. Don't let Twitter tell you otherwise. And it's one of those series that is absolutely ridiculous. This series has constantly got me laughing, and honestly, even in the last volume, it still managed to have me absolutely gripped until the very end. Now, a lot of people had issues with the way it ended, and I can personally say that it ended. I wouldn't say it was amazing, but I wouldn't also say it was anything particularly bad either. It was something that was kind of just, yeah, that ended. Probably could have done with a little bit more, but I was pretty satisfied with the ending. It kind of made sense. Not everything was wrapped up, but pretty much everything was, and I was pretty happy about that. And overall, it's a series that I would still absolutely love, and I will be reading again very soon because I want to talk to you guys about it. I've never really covered Prison School properly on the channel, and I feel like that's a crime. I need to be talking more about Prison School. Is it worth reading? Well, yeah, of course, I wouldn't be buying them up to volume 14, which is pretty much the equivalent of about 28 volumes. I wouldn't be buying all of them if I thought it was bad. Unless I was slightly insane. Next up is Overlord Volume 11, and oh my god, this is such an amazing series. I just finished Volume 10. I went straight on to Volume 11. In fact, I'm reading it at the moment, and this is Ainz in the Dwarf Lands, and yeah, it's just so good. I'm so gripped and I'm so excited to keep on reading and find out what's going to happen next, because it's absolutely fantastic so far. Honestly, it's Overlord is one of those series that I just like. It just manages to keep on getting better and better. In fact, now it kind of feels like it's taken over the concept of that time I got reincarnated as a slime, and it's doing it better at the moment. Overlord's always been the one that I've went back to again and again, and thought it was amazing. But yeah, it really managed to outdo itself on this one and the last few volumes as well. Volume 10 was kind of mixed. If you like political stuff, which I personally do, you're going to enjoy it. If you don't, I can kind of see that the anime is going to divide a few viewers, but man, this arc currently so far is so good. So good. We're getting a lot of callbacks to earlier stuff, such as Shaltir and the Lizard Men, and it's bringing them all back together and doing something amazingly with them. It's just been fantastic so far, and yeah, read Overlord if you've not read Overlord so far. Next up is another big thick boy, and that is Kazuo Umez's, and that is Kazuo Umez's The Drifting Classroom. I heard so many great things about this series, and even just the volume alone just looks so nice. Look at that. It looks like something you'd stick on your shelf, as opposed to manga, which goes on the shelf. Honestly, they just look so nice. It looks so good, and I'm about halfway through at the moment, and yeah, it's such a great read. It's such an interesting read so far that I'm really enjoying it, and I will go more into it once I've read the whole thing, but so far, wow, just wow. A bunch of children and their teachers get transported into what seems to be another world. It's an isekai. And then things happen and they all start dying and all start killing each other. It's a suspense, horror / thriller, whatever you want to call it. I have seen it done again a few times since then in a few others. I can't remember what the one was called. Dragonhead, I think one was, and I think there was a few others where it's just like, we need to survive and we're going to kill each other and do that Battle Royale where all of them kill each other. But yeah, it's one of those things. Actually, if you read stuff like The Promised Neverland, you'll probably enjoy this. That one was very much similar, and yeah, I'm looking forward to covering this in a little bit more of an in-depth thing in the near future. Look forward to that. So far we've had Prison School, Overlord, and The Drifting Classroom, a massive thick, in fact all of them, these are thick books, but there's one more thick book, and that is Thick Thighs from Fries. Plus Size Elf Volume 3, and wow, this was one of the first ones that I picked up, and I was like, straight away, I'm going to read all of this, and it did not disappoint. I've really hyped up this series over the last few months, and you can check out my review of it up there, or around there, on the channel, because it's a series about sexy girls working out, sexy monster girls working out. But yeah, it's I love the way that they're being drawn, and I love how ridiculous it is. The fries will always take over the thighs, and yeah, I really love this series. It's one of those ones I really look forward to a new one being released, and yeah, that's all you want kind of things. I can see this one being a bit problematic when it eventually gets its anime adaptation, which I hope is quite soon, because I want more people to enjoy this. I think a lot of people will enjoy it once they get into it, but more people need to enjoy it, please. Thank you. Next up, we have Silver Spoon Volume 11. Now, I did talk about Silver Spoon a bit earlier, so I'm just going to highlight this again. This is, it's ending. Silver Spoon's ending. I think it's only on Volume 14, and I think Volume 15 is the last one, or something like that. There's going to be the last few chapters, so we'll probably get a bumper edition of Volume 14. Possibly. I don't know how they're going to work it. Yen Press did that with Prison School. I think they put like the extra volume in as just part of a normal one. But yeah, Silver Spoon is asking a lot of difficult questions. What we do? Obviously, it's about farming and stuff like that. So now it's like farms who run out of money. The fact that some farms are having to sell animals in order to pay for college and stuff like that, and it's really asking difficult questions that I never thought I would expect from a farming manga. And this one's coming out digitally very soon, which is great. I kind of wish I waited for it, because I think I probably will reread it in the future. But yeah, I'm still enjoying this more than Full Metal Alchemist, even though I've not really read Full Metal Alchemist much. From what I watched of Brotherhood, which was the whole thing, and the original series, I'm enjoying this one a lot more, but it is more down to my personal taste. I tend to enjoy more fun stuff than I do serious depressing stuff. Then again, Drifting Classroom's been pretty depressing so far, so oh well. Next up, it's that controversial manga, you know, the one that all of the people are really upset about. Yun and the Haunted Hot Springs Part 6. Yeah, Yun and the Haunted Hot Springs is a series that exists. I will go more into it because I am planning on doing a major video on this series very soon. It's something that exists. I can't really see it's good or bad. It's kind of like, if you like ecchi, you might enjoy it. I haven't actually read Volume 6. I pretty much spent a lot of time catching up on it, and then a Volume 6 finally dropped, and I was just like, ooh, I want to read something else. And I never got back to it. Perhaps I will read that next, because I've nearly caught up. I've read pretty much all of these. Drifting Classroom, I'm about halfway through, which I might finish off tonight because it's pretty easy to read. But you know, the Haunted Hot Springs, it's easy to read. There's not much to it, but it seems to take me forever to get through a volume. How weird is that? The characters are all quite fun, but I don't know, there's something about it where it's just kind of like, it's not gripping me as much as it should. It's not doing anything that I feel like it should do. And I don't know, I feel like there's a lot of other better harem ecchi stuff out there, but this one I'm still enjoying. So I will do a full review on this. I think Volume 7's out as well, so I might pick up Volume 7 and then finish off the review. It was supposed to be out a few weeks ago, but then the drama happened, and then I didn't really want to talk about Yun and the Haunted Hot Springs at that point. Yeah. Next up is No Matter How I Look at It, It's You Guys' Fault, I'm Not Popular, Volume 14. This is the series that I will always buy. If I have to reduce my spending and I could only buy one series of manga, I would buy this one. I would probably buy Konosuba and Overlord in terms of light novels, but this one, it's not anything. It's a fun series, and it's just because I was the first one I started collecting when I started collecting manga again. And I bought volumes 1 to 10, and yeah, we're only on volume 14. It went really slow for a long time, and yeah, but it's one of those ones I can reread loads and loads of times. In fact, I actually did reread this at the beginning of the year, and I am considering another reread very soon, because why not? It's one of those series I can just enjoy, and it's very easy to read. You can read 2 or 3 volumes in one night, for example. And yeah, it's fun, it's ridiculous, and she's finally got friends. Spoiler alert. Yeah, it's one of those ones that you need to read it and just enjoy it. I'm enjoying this a little bit more than Komi Can't Communicate. They're both very similar. I don't know, this one just kind of feels... it's more crude and more rude, I would say. From one otaku girl to another, we have Himoto Umaru-chan Volume 7. Umaru-chan, you will always be a fun series that I enjoy. And that's about as much as I can say about it. This has gone far beyond the anime of release of what's been released. I've not seen season 2 still. It's due to be released eventually. I think MVM finally confirmed it's like definitely next year, even though it was announced about 3 years ago or something like that. And yeah, it's Umaru-chan. If you've ever read it, you kind of know what to expect. This time Umaru-chan decides she's not going to be a filthy potato weeb for one chapter. And the thing is, it's one of those weird things. It's like Alex is spying on Umaru-chan. I was like, oh, this is going to be a big reveal, and then it's like it didn't amount to much. He was talking, befriending Umaru-chan, and talking to somebody else. Wow, it's just one of those series that if you want some fun little stories, it's nice and fun to read. I'm probably going to reread the entire thing and do a video on it. Interestingly enough, I did do a massive, huge video on Umaru-chan at the beginning of the year. I never released it. I probably should look back into that and salvaging what I can from that one, because Umaru-chan is one of those series that you guys seem to love me talking about, but I never talk about it. I don't know why. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe I need to read more Umaru-chan. Let me know in the comments. Should I read more Umaru-chan? Probably should. And finally, the final two is the quintessential quintuplets. Yeah. I can't really comment much on this than what I commented on when I did the video. All I can say is that originally I bought this digitally. When I say bought it, I got it free digitally for volume 1. It was a giveaway or something like that on Bookwalker, and I liked it that much I felt I had to buy the entire series. And I bought volume 1 and volume 2. And none more. In fact, the only reason I bought these is they had Kodansha was actually at MCM, and they actually had them reduced. I think it was 20% off, so I think it was £7 each or £8 each. And normally Kodansha stuff is like £10 plus. So I was just like, you know what? Yes, I will buy them. Yes, I will. And yeah, I think volume 1 to 10's already released, and I kind of need to find out what volume we're up to. But yeah, it's a great series so far. I mean, I've only read volume 1, and volume 2 I probably should read. It's one of those ones I bought and I kind of just forgot all about that I owned. Naughty me. Naughty me. I've not reread volume 1, and then I'm kind of like, should I wait for the whole thing and then reread volume 1 and then go on to volume 2, or should I just read volume 2 and reread volume 1 when I want to? I don't know. And that is the most biggest challenge we ever have. Wow, I have talked for a long time here. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it was educational. I hope that something happened. But yes, let me know in the comments what you have been buying, whether it be manga, light novels, games or figures. And I will see you next time. If you did enjoy this, please leave a like, please consider subscribing, and keep on trucking. Goodbye.